Hey guys, Hello Bella here. I am back. I haven't been on the channel in like 3 weeks because I've been super busy, worried about my damn self, and just kind of taking some time to reflect on what I'm currently doing. I went to Bonnaroo and came back and kind of got like refreshed. I'm a hippie now, you know. But anyways, I have a lot to cover in this video. I want to talk about real estate, Airbnb, my Amazon business, my Merch by Amazon business, some things I've learned about taxes, a little bit about my fitness, and how I'm running some ads right now, doing a little bit of testing. So let's just run down the line in my little notes section. I got this here to keep us on the right track. So what I did in June mostly was self-care related because I stressed myself out over my business so much, but the main thing that I made money from in June was Airbnb. So my house was rented about 15 days out of the month, maybe a few more, and I cleared $1,800. That is my part, and then whatever comes out of that, like for shampoo and different things like that, snacks for the guests, that is what leaves me with my profit, and then I'm going to deduct a lot of things from that as well, so I don't have to pay a lot of taxes. I've been learning so much. Okay, so I read, or I'm almost finished reading, yeah, pretty much, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is okay. I'm not going to say that it's amazing because it probably was when it came out, but for now it's sort of very like common knowledge. But the book is still good. I would probably still read it. I picked it up for $1. And the main thing that it talks about is how the rich think differently than middle class and poor people. The rich make their money work for them, where poor people and middle class people work for money. So I think that's one thing that separated me my entire life from relating to other people, is I always wanted to run a business and I wanted to create something and have income come in rather than depending on someone to provide income for me, which is a huge huge personality difference. And sorry again because my dogs are out there barking. They're very angry because I've been gone for a couple of days. But anyways, reading this book made me sort of realize that I have not been really paying attention to my taxes enough. Now granted, last year was the first year that I filed taxes for a business, so it was a little overwhelming, and I'm only 23 years old, so I don't have a lot of tax experience. But one thing I've kind of realized is that if you do your taxes the right way, you really shouldn't have to pay very much taxes at all. And that's not doing anything illegal, it's just being aware of what your write-offs are and taking full advantage of them. And that's why real estate is such a good thing to get into and to shelter your money, because real estate, you can put your money into it and it appreciates in value over the years. And say I sell this house that's my personal house and I've owned it for 2 years, I don't have to pay I think you can make $250,000 profit and not pay any capital gains tax, and it's $500,000 if you are married. So of course markets here are not that high. Very expensive house here would be $500,000. Most expensive houses here are in the $200,000 to $300,000 range, and most middle class houses here are really, anywhere between 70 to 100 grand, and then I guess first time house here you could get for around 30 to anywhere between 30 to 60. But I've also been doing my book business, but I am really wanted to transition to that, where I'm still sourcing, but I'm finding different ways to source. So this week I ran an ad in the local paper that I would buy books, and I kind of said my price range, and I'm going to see how that goes. The ad runs tomorrow, so I'll be able to get some data from that. So I'm kind of excited about that, because thrifting is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Thrifting has been so good to me. It's like something that you just sort of you take for granted, because I've just done it for so long, and I know that if I kept doing thrifting I would get so burnt out and I would quit. But now that I haven't thrifted in like all of June, I'm ready to go thrift in July. So I still made about $3,000 in sales for June on Amazon without hardly sending any shipments in. I have a lot of stuff built up that I either have to send today or wait until my house is vacated again, because I'm booked on the 4th, 5th, and 7th. But I do get to go home again on the next week. And then I have a trip planned to Birmingham for Schlossfest. And then I have a trip to Gulf Shores after that for a few nights at an Airbnb. I wish I had a better place to stay in Gulf Shores. I got a really cheap Airbnb, so I'm hoping that I don't regret that. But it's an apartment. It's about 3 miles from the beach. It's not on the beach. If you guys know any good places to stay in Gulf Shores, Alabama, or even Orange Beach or somewhere like Dauphin Island, leave it in the comments, because I really have not, I've never gone there as an adult. I've always gone there with my parents, and we always got like a condo that costs like a ridiculous amount of money. So I'm trying to travel like nice but frugally as well. But anyways, I planned that 5-day trip for next, I think I leave on the 13th. So I'll probably make a video about that. Antique booth, closed it down. I'm so sorry to my girls who are always asking about it. But I had to throw in the towel on that one. I was only making $100 to $200 a month. Love the business, love the people. I made a lot of great friends. I learned a lot, but it's just like, you guys know that I have so much going on that that was the one that had to get cut off. And I think that's a good problem to have so many businesses that you're deciding which ones to kill. And, you know, Stephen King says, or in his book, he's talking about you have to kill your darlings, because those are the ones that will kill you. You know, they're just, like, the things you love the most are the ones that are probably the least productive. So that was my darling, and I had to kill it. But the last month I made, in June, I think they got like $200. But I'm still going to go to the auction, because that shit is fun. I love going to the auction. So in total, merch, I made about $900 for, well, I got paid that in June. I'm going to do a video about pop sockets, because that is really exciting. I've sold like 3, so whatever. I mean, I made $6, so I'm super rich. Let's see. Yeah, so total, let's see, about $4,400 for, I guess, what I'm, maybe not total profit, but close to profit for June. So maybe about $4,000 profit. And then I have to mitigate my tax liability. I am ordering some books on taxes. I'm about to crack down on taxes and figure out everything. And I have a meeting with my accountant this month to kind of go in and ask her questions, because that's what she's there for. That's why we're paying her. And maybe if I find out anything awesome, I will let you guys know. Of course, tax law varies from state to state, but yeah. People don't like to talk about taxes because it fucking sucks, but I mean, you kind of need to get it out there in the open. I wish I would have tried to not avoid it so much, but now that I'm sort of like, oh, cool, here's a loophole, and oh, here's something that I can write off, and like, oh, this is a business lunch. So, yeah. Real estate, y'all, I take my test today over this big ass book. I've already taken it once, and then once I pass the test in my class, I get to go take it at the state level, and so then I will be a realtor. Ooh, yeah, big long. Some people say realtor. We laughed about that in class. Realtor. That is how people in the South say it. But yeah, I'll have my real estate license. And so what's going to come of that, I really don't know. I haven't picked a broker to work for. I've been looking at some of the firms around here and seeing, honestly, I'm like, how close are they to my house? And do they have a printer and an office manager? Because I don't want to be dealing with like a little day-to-day things. So yeah, that will be probably my #1 goal for July, is to pass my test and get signed up for the real test. Also, what am I talking about? Oh, I will probably be buying a house in 2019, so look forward to that. That's probably going to be an interesting couple of videos. I may talk about that because I've never bought a house, and I'm 23 years old. A lot of you guys know this is my mom's house. She currently lives in Italy, so she has graciously allowed me to be a moocher and an entrepreneur for many years and live in the house and rent it out. So everything she's done for me up to this point is why I've been so successful. I know that other people do not have these like advantages in life, and so, you know, I understand that whole getting started thing is not easy, especially when you have kids that you have to depend on. Like, people are like, oh, just quit your job and work on the internet. Like, you can't fucking do that when you have kids to take care of. Like, the internet's not going to put, you know, new shoes on their feet or, you know, get groceries for the week. So, y'all, I totally understand that you can't, you know, honestly, my advice is to just start something and grind when you get home from work. Like, that's my best advice. Again, I wish my dogs would shut the fuck up, but I can't really do anything about it. Health and fitness, I've been going to the gym hard, y'all. I've been like, I feel so much better. I actually stopped, like, counting calories and weighing myself, and realized that I probably was obsessive about it, and I read this book, about intuitive eating, and now I'm reading this other one called Intuitive Eating, a revolutionary program that works. It's not that revolutionary. Basically, it says that we're all obsessed with, like, diet culture and beauty and, like, how we are never enough. And I don't know, I've been looking at the body positivity movement from the other side of it. And I'm not saying that it's okay to be 300 pounds, but it's also not okay to treat a 300-pound person any different than you would treat a 150-pound person. Everybody is, you know, worthy and valid. So, but yeah, at the same time, I don't think it's okay to say, like, oh, it's okay to be that big. But anyways, yeah, I'm trying to get to a level of not hating myself, and to do that, I need to step away from, like, the scale and the calories and the obsession for a little while. Not saying that I won't go back to it, but right now, I'm just really happy doing me and working out and dancing and doing Zumba and hip-hop classes and going to the Y and not sweating it. So, you know, I think there's just phases of your life where you're going to worry more about it, but right now I'm just like, I feel okay. So, yeah. So, we talked about real estate, we talked about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, pretty good book. I may do another review of some books that I've been reading. I'm reading a lot of real estate books right now, and I know that's not really what this channel is started on, but it's probably what it's about to more or less merge into. I'm still going to be running my book business, but to me it seems like I need to hire somebody else to do that, to focus on more opportunities. Anyways, my leisure book for the month is The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. I've read this like twice already. I usually read it every summer because it's just a little short war novel, and it just kind of, I don't know, like something about war and death and human condition just reminds me that it's, you know, life is fleeting, and that, I mean, all this stuff is cool, but at the end of the day, you know, what are you really doing with your life? Are you spending it with people you love? Are you doing things you like to do? Are you happy? Are you feeling like you contribute something to the world other than, like, corporate greed? You know, these are questions that I ask myself. But I have been working really hard to journal and also go to therapy and kind of work on me. So if you guys tell a shift in my attitude, I'd really love to hear anything about that. It's been rough. I mean, I've talked about depression on this channel before, but it's not easy going through life more or less. I feel alone, but I'm not alone. I have people that care about me, but sometimes I feel it feels alone, especially when you work for yourself. But yeah, I think that's really all that I'm going to go over. I'm just flipping through my journal, trying to remember anything that I left out. Oh, I've been kind of on the FI, financial independence movement lately. I've been all over Reddit reading about that. That's something that I want to kind of think about, not necessarily right now, but, you know, kind of coming up with that number, that amount of money that I would need to live out the rest of my little life here on planet Earth, the United States of America. Happy 4th of July, everyone, but you need some money to live in the United States. So coming up with that amount of money that would make me comfortable and successful, and aiming for that amount, and then resting on my laurels. I'm a business person, so I know I'll always start some kind of business, but finding that amount and kind of trying to aim for that. So yeah, that's all I really have for you guys. I just wanted to update you because, I mean, I'm sure you're wondering, like, where the hell has she been? I'm sure you're just sitting at home waiting on a video to come out from me. But anyways, you know, I really appreciate you guys watching. It helps me to vent and to get this information out into the world. It's accountability for me, and it really is something that, it matters to me. The channel matters to me. My subscribers matter because you guys give me, like, so much feedback. Like, I'll just read a comment and I'm like, oh my god, I never thought of that. Or I'll read a comment and be like, oh, well, I'm a fucking idiot. So, it really helps to have some kind of, some feedback loops as as a reseller. But yeah, I look forward to July. Like I said, my main thing is going to be about to pass this real estate exam, because I think I need to zero in on this. It's kind of been drug out longer than I wish it was, because I started in February and now it's July. I would have rather been done with it by now, but the way the classes have fallen, they're only other Tuesday and Thursday, so I have to pick one of those days to come take the test on, and then I have to pass that test and then go take the state test. So it is a little bit of a hassle, but all in all, all's well. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video and my little life update. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. If you want me to expand on any of these concepts or anything, or maybe you think of another video idea, just leave it in the comments below. Okay, thanks everyone. Happy 4th.